there's a very good chance that I might not do that many booths in 2025, and that 2024 was a very experimentative year. Good morning. It is currently a Friday, and I'm going to be going to EOY tomorrow and Sunday, and it'll be the very last booth that I'll be doing for 2024, which I am very excited for it to be over. I don't know if I'm actually ready for like I don't think it's going to be as good as Comic Con, to be very honest. I don't think my target audience is at EOI. Today, the entire idea of Friday usually is for me to test my setups and to print whatever I need to print. I still have thank you cards I need to print. I'm probably not going to be printing as many. And then some stickers that sold out at SGCC, and I need to open this Amazon box, which you can't see. Let me pick it up. Oh, I just gave away my freaking address. It's a very big box, and it has my sticker paper and a bunch of papers for me to print my thank you cards on. Haven't opened them up, obviously, because I'm going to open them on camera for content, right? Oh. Anyway, let's get to it. There we go. You guys see it? So I got 2 of these. Hammermill Premium Color Copy Cover. Because it had really good reviews. Oh. It is very smooth, but I was expecting it to be a lot thicker. It's supposed to be 216 GSM. That is surprisingly not as thick as I want it to be. But I think maybe I could use it to print like keychain backings kind of thing. Probably. I haven't put it back, it's fine. And then of course I got my koala matte vinyl things. I got 100 sheets because I used it up already. So yeah, that will be fun. I essentially have this weekend, and I'm actually going overseas on Monday, which I haven't packed for yet, so I don't know if I'm going to be a whole ass mess. But we will see. I think I was low-key thinking about using this to reprint redesign a keychain backing and then reprint it, because I am so done with my keychain charms. They have not moved at all, and I don't know what the issue is, and I don't know how to fix it, so I figured let's just peel it back, put it back into the keychain design thing, and then we'll see. But so, just as a quick info dump, because I clearly did not explain it well enough, but EOY J Culture is an anime event that happens every year at the end of the year. Duh. It is usually on the 3rd or 4th weekend of December. In 2024, it happened on the 3rd weekend, and in 2025, this year, it will be held on the last weekend of December. So far, it seems like they've been holding it at Suntec City, and it is usually ticketed, but in 2025, they're moving to Raffles City Convention Hall, which is about 10 minutes away from the original spot. They have stage performances, but most of the space is for the artist alley and cosplayer booths. And over here, I'm simply just moving my items from my cart, the black cart, into my luggages, because it's just easier to carry it around and to move things into the back of the cars and all that. So I just figured I might as well just do that. This car is super cool. Okay, I have to mute all of the music that we're playing in this car because it's all copyrighted, but I'm super grateful to have my 2 friends, one driving me and then one helping me go in and set up. Very, very, very grateful. We are currently headed to Suntec, so I'm gonna let this clip roll out, but we basically got a little bit lost, but it's okay. You know, it is what it is sometimes.
Being honest, I didn't mean to fall in love.
So I'm just gonna have to warn you guys that it is a little loud in the next few clips, and you'll see what I mean. Thank you. But I didn't even realize how loud this background is, because I had my loops in most of the time, and I'm very surprised at how much spring onion there is in this meal. So, you know. Yeah, I would affect that too. Okay, ignore the mess that's right behind me. I haven't had the time to like pack anything up, but I just came back. And I think genuinely this might be the last time I book like an anime festival kind of event, because yeah, it's just kind of sad. I mean, I don't really know if it's because it's this particular event or if it's because it's ticketed, and that the kinds of events that are happening during that show just wasn't as enticing. I don't know if it's because it's right next to Public Garden, which is a free entry event. I don't really know, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that it is as bad as Cosfest, to be very honest, because Cosfest was terrible. Cosfest had the people, but people weren't interested in shopping for anything else that isn't fan art. And this EOY, yeah, I don't know. It's at least like a slightly higher percentage of people who's more willing and open to look at original work artists. And yeah, I don't think I will do this event in 2025, just based off of how I feel about this right now, because you're paying $20 essentially for 1 day ticket to go into an artist alley. That's it. That's the best way I can describe it. They do have performances, but yeah, that's just kind of it. They have like one stage for performances by cosplayers, and that's it. And I feel like my entire body just smells of like fried oil, because there's like a couple of food stores a few meters away from my booth, and the entire area just smelled like cooked food and cooked oil the entire day, and it's just so annoying. The good thing is that it's not as noisy as Cosfest. I am super far away from the stage, but it is still very loud. I do have my loops in, but yeah, I don't know. I just don't think anime events are for me anymore. I will avoid booking most of these booths in 2025. I know it's only Saturday and it's premature to say anything, but genuinely, most people were closing at like 6 to 6:30.
and it's kind of abysmal. Like, footfall was quite bad, to be honest. And it's a $500 table. This is, even though it's a little bit more of a central location compared to a Comic Con, and it's cheaper by $300 compared to Comic Con, it's just not as good, genuinely. There's just not a lot of things for people to do except for to go through the artist alley. That's my premature thoughts about it. It's still Sunday. I've got a feeling it's gonna be even slower, and I will definitely not make my booth. But it doesn't matter because I'm flying on Monday and I don't give a shit anymore. I'm so done with Japanese slash anime festivals, because as long as you're not making fan art, the likelihood of you making money, it's very low. It's genuinely very low, which fair. It's just sad because a lot of the bigger festivals in Singapore tend to be anime festivals, and art-based festivals or events are either super hard to get into, or like in a very hard to get to place, or just like a bunch of different issues that, like, holy, I would not be surprised if I don't booth as often as I did in 2024 for 2025. I'm just saying, I've already booked 4 booths for 2025, and only one of them is a craft-esque booth. The other one is a half-half. I've heard good opinions on Dojima itself, so we'll see how it goes. I've heard that even though it is somewhat of an anime focused event where people do pay to essentially go to an artist alley, it is still a little bit more open in terms of, like, the audiences are willing to look for original art and also fan art. We'll see about that. I don't really know how I feel. I also have Ace Volume 3, low-key regret booking that, but it is Suntec, but it is also another ticketed event. I already know I'm not going to rebook Cosfest, probably not going to rebook Ace just for 2026, just thinking out loud based off of, like, all of my Japanese anime events that I've gone to and attended. Well, not say attended, that I've boofed at, and they were just abysmal. Genuinely, I don't really think I have a lot of fun there. I think that's kind of it. I think that's gonna be kind of like my update for this event right now. I'm gonna go wash up and get ready for the second day. I'm finally done with all of my events in 2024. We packed up at like 6:45 because I think it was a mixture of not enough people walking through the aisles, and also just those who did walk through the aisles were very familiar faces. Like I've seen them before. They've walked through this aisle many many times, and even if they were new faces, they were clearly not like that interested in original work. I had one girl who, towards the end of the day, around 6:40, she stopped by and she was like, look, she was looking at the socks, and she was saying, oh, I might just walk down the aisle and then come back up, and then if I want to, I'll get it. And at that point I was like, if I close my eyes, I could sleep. I could genuinely fall asleep. Like, I was so exhausted, and I still am exhausted. I'm like so ready to fall asleep. I just need my food to digest, and then I will knock out and wake up at like 6 a.m. tomorrow to unpack and pack everything for Vietnam. But yeah, basically, once she said that, the aisles were just pretty much clear. There weren't any new faces. So I was like, you know what, it's fine. I would slowly pack up, slowly pack up the things that, like, people weren't really looking at, and then, like, leave the stickers and the sticker sheets, the prints, all that, like, for the last few items. I was leaving the socks out just in case she came back and she's like, I really want the socks. She did come back, but but it was for another booth, but it doesn't really matter. I was like, I was already backing out. I was getting ready to leave. I feel like this event is a combination of tiredness that it just really solidified my plans for 2025. I'm going to book the things that I would book, but I don't think I would do another anime festival and another anime convention, simply because it's just so overwhelming. I've been to two, Cosfest and this one, EOY, and I am just so overwhelmed by the end of both days. This is me comparing SGCC, which happened 2 weeks ago, and realizing that I definitely preferred SGCC a lot more. I don't know if it's because I was in a good spot where I felt comfortable, and it's a big table and there weren't a lot of noise. And footfall was good. Like, genuinely, footfall was pretty damn good. I just did not feel overwhelmed at all. Like, there were no loud, constantly blasting music. There weren't shouting or microphones everywhere and all that. And I felt like I just appreciated the vibe of it a little bit more. It felt more comfortable. I think that's the best way to describe SGCC. But yeah, SGC was a big event, and I earned a decent amount. Not enough to earn back everything or to make a profit, I should say. But it was a lot more comfortable than Cosfest and EOY has been. I've got a feeling ACE in February is going to be equally as overwhelming as EOY has been. But yeah, I feel like it's part and parcel of the whole anime convention thing. Also, the toilet situation at EOY, horrendous. There is no toilet in the halls itself. You have to leave. And on that floor itself, there's only one female toilet with 2 cubicles. Yeah, EOY is just not for me. Maybe something else some other time, but we will see how it goes for 2025.
Okay, so let's just hop right into it, right? Location and space. You guys have seen it. It's at Suntec Convention Hall. I've been here many times before. It is a central location with a ton of food options, and it's easy to get around. The table space is good because there's at least a gap between every single table, even though the table's like 1.2 meters long, and there is sufficient walking space for the customers, but the space back to back is actually quite abysmal. I guess you give and take, but at least there's a gap between every table. Alright, next, footfall and type of audience. For sure, very anime focused. Many who attend these conventions usually look for fan art stuff. It is what it is. I know. I've said this in my previous clips that I'm done with Japanese anime events because it really is an experimentation on my end in 2024 to see if my works will actually click in such events. But genuinely, most people would ignore your booth if you don't sell fan art. It is what it is, and it's also why I would not go back to another one of these events. Footfall itself was very mid. It didn't help that Public Garden was like right next door and they are free to enter, and it was super freaking crowded. And this being ticketed just really didn't help. Like, yeah. So don't expect it to be super crowded. It unfortunately isn't. And in hindsight, after seeing Dojima in 2025, this is one of the worst crowds I've seen. Next, vendors. Definitely more fan art artists than original artwork. Quite a few cosplayer booths, and they also had food booths like I mentioned before. I think there isn't a huge variety in the things that people are bringing into the event. Like, the type of fan art that you see were the usual ones that you see at every event, like Genshin, Pokemon. So it's very standard. It is what it is. When it comes to social media and working with the EOY company, they definitely have an active social media where they would hype up the event and would also post about all of the artists and cosplayers that are attending. They do group it via the roles, which is okay because it makes it easier to browse as a customer. And working with EOY was actually quite straightforward. You apply for the convention through a Google form and they'll reach out to you in a couple of days. You pay them and you essentially have your table. Interestingly enough, this year they are experimenting with a first come furthest from stage application, where if you apply as early as possible, you are guaranteed a table furthest from the stage. The way that they're describing it feels like they'll accept anyone who applies, so do with that guess what you will, but it is just a guess and I wouldn't know any better. Alright, finances. We have come to the fun part of this, alright? Let's start with the expenses. First off, booth cost $508. Holy shit. Food, about $50. Travel, it was around $30. Thankful that my friend came to drive to Suntec on the very first day. But yeah, total expenses came out to around $600. I say around because I've given up on trekking on like shitty events, so it is what it is. Earnings. In total, I made 26 sales across both days, and the average of every sale was $15. So yeah, ironically, I made a bit more sale on Sunday than Saturday, but the amount made was about the same. As you can tell, if you do the math, I did not make a profit, and this also did not count the cost of my products. If we were to take everything into account, I made a loss of almost $400. Isn't it fun to pay money to booth at a place and not even break even at all? Yeah. Anyway, my best sellers for this event, I'm just gonna do the top two because there's multiple items in second place. So in second place, we have my Cyberpunk sticker book, Hippity Hoppity sticker sheet, and my Y2K sticker sheet. In first place, we have my Buff Techie keychain, selling twice the amount compared to my second place. And if I'm not wrong, I also newly brought that keychain in for EOY. So yeah, that was abysmal. And I'm just going to let my past self sign off because, oh my goodness.
There's a very good chance that I might not do that many booths in 2025. And that 2024 was a very experimentative year. It is what it is. Yeah, that's gonna be it. I will sign off here, and then I hope you guys enjoyed my content. I know I take a very, very, very long time to get it out. Yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed it so far. If you are an artist thinking of attending these events, I hope that these vlogs have been helpful for you. And yeah, that's it. I will see you guys already in 2025 because there's no way this video is going to come out before 2024. But I hope you guys had a good start of the year, you know, at the very least. I'm just saying. Okay, that's it. My brain's dead. I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Bye!